Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Just a bit of a introduction video, this one on my Mark III Cavalier and some of the upcoming work that I plan on doing on it. You would have just seen us repair the rocker cover there with the crack, but I thought I'd talk about what other bits of work we're doing. One of them is I'm slowly getting round the alloy wheels. I've recently done this one sort of towards the end of last year. Just sanded it back, resprayed it nice silver, and then went over it with a clear. I'm still kind of learning. It's very dirty as well. But yeah, I've got some like little sanding scratches that I need to kind of correct before I do the other wheels. This is just a spare wheel. These mirrors I'm not really happy with. They're just cheap ones off eBay because the old ones were well, they broke. They were broken, they were bodged, repaired, and they broke again. These ones are not great quality. You can see here that it's starting to crack. But this being a CDX model, what this would have had is colour-coded mirror casings, which I plan on doing. This is, I think it's called Deep Polar Sea Blue. Something like that, anyway. Those words, probably not necessarily in that order. It's pearlescent, I should say it's an early pearlescent sort of paint. So we're going to have a go at doing the wind mirrors. I'm going to toy with the idea of actually doing these plastic bits here. Originally they were left black, but I'm going to see what it looks like with the whole thing done. Just to see what it looks like, really. Other things I'd like to do, the Wishbones bushings are sort of worn out on here. Please excuse the fact that I've just given that a quick wipe over. We had some lovely children come along with eggs a couple of nights ago, so yeah, that's that. So we're hoping to video at least doing one side of the wishbone replacement video. I'd like to replace the bushings rather than actually replacing the whole wishbone, but I think cost wise and hassle wise it's probably just going to be easier just to replace the wishbones themselves. Moving around the back of the car, excuse the mess in there. I'd like to have a look at doing something with this rubber seal. This, as it is, lets water in when the car's sat. Excuse the trains. It actually runs down here, comes across and leaks, so you can see just here, and drips down and makes the carpet nice and wet down there. And then of course this time of year gives you plenty of condensation. Rear wiper is another thing that I need to look at. It does work, although the other week it when I put it on it didn't go for some reason, but I went over a bump and it actually started going again, and it's been going since. So whether a pair of coils in the commutator has gone bad, or the brushes are starting to go on it, I'm not sure. I've had the motor out before, and it's actually just it's riveted together. I don't think it's made to be repaired, so I would have liked to have seen if there's a bushing or something we could replace to get this horrible play out. But sadly I don't think that's going to be the case. Moving on round here, got a bit of trim along here that I need to have a look at some point. This was a previous repair done by someone else, which gives us a nice little screw through the metal there. You can't see it because it's so dirty, and that's dirty for a reason. It shows you can't see the magnitude of dents that are along here. There's quite a lot of little dents right away along the bottom of this door and at the bottom of this sill as well. If I get any good at spray painting, we'll probably have a look at those, have a look at that scratch and them dents there. Bodywork isn't really my thing, but we'll have a go at it. Hopefully encourage some of you guys that are also DIYers to have a go at these things. What else? This tyre has a slow puncture, but these are about had it anyway, not because of tread. Certainly on the front ones more. We're getting some cracking, just age related cracks, you know, from UV, that sort of thing. Yeah, I might look into doing a DIY kind of headlight aim, because that was pointing up in the air on this one. I've managed to bring it back down, but it's still not quite right, so we need to look into that, and I need to try and understand the methodology of other people have done on it, and then try and simplify it for myself and for other people that may want to have a look at it themselves. So that's the Mark III. So yeah, we've got a few videos coming up on this one. I don't think there's anything into. We've got to replace both sides of the seat belts. They work at the moment, as they should. And the problem is when they do lock up, they lock up like here, and you can't get them undone. The driver's side one rear does it more often than the passenger side. However, before I went to take it for MOT last year, decided to lock up completely, which was highly annoying. So I was there with minutes literally to spare before going to my MOT, getting that freed off. Why it done it, I don't know. Probably dust and dirt over the years. It is, after all, coming up to 30 years old. So it's 95. So yeah, 27, 28 years old. Something like that. My maths isn't great. So yeah, that's about it really. I don't think there's many other things to do other than servicing. The one thing I probably would like to look at is the exhaust. That's not the proper exhaust on that. It should be like a double barrel, like double D type look arrangement. And if we look under, the silencer part of it is much smaller than what it should be. Reason for that is I bought a new one for it, and originally they completely sent the wrong stuff. The centre section was completely wrong, so in the end they got me the right centre section. They got me that exhaust. The exhaust fitted, which is great. It's been fine since I've had it on there about 4 or 5 years, but it does have a bit of a rumble to it, not in a horrible way, a bit of in a boy racer-ish type way, but it does make me wonder whether we're holding back some of the exhaust fumes and actually sort of slowing the car down a bit. So yeah, I think that's everything. Not necessarily all of it's going to be done this year, but we'll slowly keep chipping away at it. I'd like to do a kind of an MOT pre-check video on all of these cars. I'm no expert on this sort of thing. It's just what I check on these things to give you a better chance at passing an MOT really. So anyway, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon in another video.